Okay. Okay.
We're here.
That
All
was
right.
very weird.
All right. All of our contractual things that we had to take care of, we just did. And so, welcome to
Okay.
401 Sports World Network on YouTube. This is the Fantasy Football Show,
Okay.
week 13. I'm Mr. 411, and in the house, the usual suspects of LT, Lacey Dawson,
Oh.
and the calculator.
Greetings and salutations, everyone.
Oh my.
Another week, Mr. 411. Another week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another one, as DJ Khaled would say. Yep, we are here, man. Man, this season is just flowing by, man. It's almost playoff time.
Yeah.
LT, are you here?
I am.
Just checking.
Hey, yeah. I mean, I got Christmas. I put Christmas decorations up at my house this past weekend.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because I can't do it next weekend. Because next weekend I don't like. Okay. Full disclosure. Next weekend is Thanksgiving, and
Yep.
then it's my birthday that Saturday. So I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
feel like
that's right.
putting up Christmas decorations on my birthday. So I said, hey, we'll just do Christmas decorations a week early. So we got it all done. Everything's up. I got lights on the background and well, off to the side, not in my background here, but yeah, because it's an exciting time in the calculator's household.
All right. Well, happy birthday to the calculator.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm happy for you.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right. That way I don't have to say happy belated birthday now.
That's
I
right.
just said it now in advance.
Did early.
Yeah. All right. Well, calculator's gonna look for some gifts, but a couple of gifts Mr. 41 would like is that for people to go to Instagram and scan the QR code and also or type in Mr. 411. And another gift will be to do the same thing on TikTok, scan the QR code and or type in Mr. 411. And then also on YouTube, which we're on now, right now, live, just type in 411 Sports World Network on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button. Well, first of all, make sure you subscribe, right? Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell because you never know when we're on.
That's right.
And then make sure you share because sharing is caring.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Give a thumbs up. You gotta like it as well, Mr. 411. Gotta. It's the subscribe, like, notify in that order, and then
Yes, sir.
And then of course sharing.
Yeah, do it in that order, everybody. All right. Well, we know what this week's going to be about. It's going to be about Saquon. There was a song called "Hit the Quan," and so you got to hit the Saquon because man, he went off, and I know we're going to talk about that today a lot. So, and I can't wait to get the first pick in the mini draft too. But anyway, let's go with news and notes, people.
Absolutely. Hey, another week. Some more injuries. Gardner Minshew, the quarterback for the Raiders, broken collarbone, out for the year. Back comes Aiden O'Connell for people that are excited. And hey, if he can't get back from his broken thumb, they go to Desmond Ridder, who happened to come in after the Minshew injury. 5 for 10, 64 yards, and a lost fumble. So not a lot to like unless you're a defense going against the Vegas Raiders. That's one of those things that you go stay away. I mean, it's pretty. Although Amir Abdullah hey, coming in and catching passes and running the ball. He was the bell cow. So we highlighted that on the last week's podcast, saying, hey, for a big bye week, he's a guy that if Zamir White's out, if Madison was out, Amir Abdullah, he showed he could handle a workload. Lions running back David Montgomery. Lacey knows about David Montgomery. I think she has him in almost every league that I know about. Shoulder injury, but good news, Lacey. He says he will play this Thursday night. He's out because
I need those 6 points.
Yeah. There you go.
That's bad. That's bad news because I'm a Gibbs owner in multiple leagues. And I get tired of Montgomery just taken away from Gibbs.
I don't want to hear that, Mr. 4-1. Gibbs getting 20 points a game even with Montgomery in there. So we don't want to hear any complaint. I'm telling you, if anything, the Gibbs owner should like David Montgomery. David Montgomery, he's kind of like the body blow guy. He's the one that gets body blows, and then they put in the jet fuel with Gibbs in there and get all those against all those tired legs and stuff like that. Yeah, Gibbs likes David Montgomery. But it was a shoulder injury, didn't return, still got his touchdown, but his customary touchdown. But they said he's expected to play on the Bears. And Lacey, if he plays, you got to play him, even with that shoulder injury. Now, you can run against the Bears. Bears elite pass defense. So if you have an elite pass defense, what are other teams going to do? They're going to run the ball. So yes, I like the Gibbs Montgomery combo this Thanksgiving. All you underdog people, take the over on both their props when they come out. All right, Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr.
He did not return.
Injured his ankle injury. Very first carry, had a 4 more carries, had a catch, but then sat out the rest of the game. And then they said, okay, we're gonna put Austin Eckler in there. Well, guess what? Austin Eckler got a concussion, and not playing offense, folks. The bright coaching staff of the Washington, after losing their running back, they say, let's put our other running back on kick return duties, right? He returns a kick, he gets a concussion. I'm sorry, I'm no big fan of the Washington. Hey, I love you can say they changed the atmosphere. They changed, I'm sorry. That was the bad decision against Philadelphia last week on 4th down. You kick the field goal. I'm going to bring that up again. And then you're putting after your first running back goes down with the injury, you're going to put your other running back on a kick return. When Kyron Williams won the job in the Rams, what did they say? Okay, you're not going to run punt returns back because we need you to be a running back. So yes, from what I understand, Robinson, and this is Eckler's third documented concussion. So in other words, I have a feeling he will be in concussion protocol a little extra, long, at least a week, So that and we'll tell people, in the waiver wire section, who to turn to after that. Romeo Dobbs sustained a concussion in the third quarter of the game against the 49ers. That's his second documented concussion, and again, Green Bay is one of those Thursday night games as well with the quick turnaround, because remember, we have 3 games this Thursday for Thanksgiving. I think that's too quick of a turnaround for a guy that had a second documented concussion. So, and the Packers wide receiver, I mean, you got Wicks, you got Reed, you got Watson, you got plenty of wide receivers. So Dobbs can take a seat in this matchup. And then LT's favorite, Jatavian Sanders, the tight end out of Carolina, carted off in the second quarter. He was on his way to a big game against the Chiefs. He was taken to a hospital, but has since been released. So yes, he will likely miss 2 to 3 weeks, based on early reports. So that's pretty much. Are there any other news and notes, Lacey, LT, that might have missed?
Does Debo have a concussion or something? What's wrong with him? I want to know.
That's a good question, because I didn't see him in there.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm joking, but I want to cry, but I'm trying to laugh instead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because he didn't even show up on the early. When I did miss Josh Downs, for people that had him, I'm sure they had him in flex position. He exited the game with a shoulder injury, and that's don't have any early word on that. So, but yeah, that's the other one I missed.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay, we're done with news and notes. check mark, and we'll see what happens with Downs because I have a personal reason about that. I need to know about Downs.
Because of
All
Anthony
right,
Richardson, right? You're an Anthony Richardson owner.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I think they both going to be down. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's murky water right there.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll stay out of that. Hey, let's go ahead then and jump into the studs and duds, and then the waiver wire after that.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey, hey, if I were to say the Minnesota Vikings, who would be a stud on the Minnesota Vikings? Would automatically you would think would come to mind?
Jefferson.
Jefferson. No, he's a dud, folks. One catch through regulation. Justin Jefferson had one catch. He got a second catch in overtime. But yes.
Was that a touchdown?
No, it was not. It was a 20.
Wow.
Yeah, see, there's
why I can't play him that week? That's the week I need to play a Jefferson.
Yeah, there was a stud on the Minnesota
Jonathan Taylor
thing, and it was Jordan Addison. But Lacey knows about Jonathan Taylor week to week, who is that's second time in a row on this list. You could say, hey, was it a defense? Was it just lack of blocking? Yeah. Well, I think it had more to do with Detroit's defense. Detroit has a good, solid run defense. Detroit's weakness is passing. So, take for what it's worth. LT, your man McCaffrey, I know you're still waiting for him to come to life. He made his way on the duds list. But I think if you look at it, a lot of San Francisco players were on the dud list. Lacey mentioned earlier, Debo, nowhere to be found. The only non-dud was George Kittle, who saved his day with a touchdown. But hey, welcome Patrick Mahomes to the stud list. Yes, what a great day.
Yeah.
Of course, folks, it was against Carolina Panthers. So,
never mind.
They tried to lose.
Yeah, that's right. That was a great game, by the way. Who would have thought? Cortland Sutton, 2 touchdowns. And I know why Mr. 411 put him on the list, because I think Mr. 411 has Cortland Sutton shares in some of his fantasy leagues. Do you not, Mr. 411? See, he's got a big smile on his face. Lacey. We know a lot when a stud goes off, it's a Mr. 411's team. That's why they all of a sudden show up. That's what I'm going to say. Hey, but if you get to do the stud and dud list, you can put everybody you want on there. Jane Daniels, he was actually a dud until the second half in catch-up mode. Could we say the fourth quarter? That 80-some-odd yard touchdown to Terry McLaurin, who actually saved Terry McLaurin's day, as well, because Terry McLaurin was on the dud list, and an 80-plus yard touchdown could move you to stud list territory, especially when you have other guys on the dud list. Amon St. Brown, he was a so-so game. I think that Detroit was almost like they were sleepwalking through that game. Oh my gosh. And folks, did y'all watch that Thursday night game?
Now that one I watched.
The blizzard, it was crazy. Jameis Winston doing a helicopter into the end zone.
Yeah.
That was great. Love it. And Jaylen Warren, he gets his first touchdown of the year in a snow fest. The reason I know that is because I sat Jaylen Warren on my bench because I didn't think he would do anything. I thought he would get, 3 catches and, 20 yards and 4 touchdowns or 40 yards. I had no idea he'd get his first down of the year in the blizzard. I thought it was going to be a Najee Harris game, but welcome back, Nick Chubb. It was great to see him on there. Great to see him plop into the end zone.
Yeah.
So it was, what a great game. What a great atmosphere. What a great scene when you're watching the dog pounds in that freezing weather and half the fans are without shirts. I don't know how they do it. Like,
they felt right at home that night.
Yes. So, but yeah, it was crazy. It was also crazy that they had a sellout for a team that's won 2 games this year, and Pittsburgh normally invades territories. Cleveland had a no sell to Pittsburgh fan policy. So,
really?
Yes. So that's why that was one of the few home field advantages against Pittsburgh that you would see. But yeah, it was great to see a team that hadn't had a good year, but still the fans come out and enjoy themselves.
That's nice.
But hey, 3 wins, right? New York, then. Yeah. Hey, 3 wins for Cleveland this year. 1 against Baltimore and 1 against Pittsburgh. Go and figure.
Go figure this league out. And hey, the only thing missing from that game is that it wasn't played on Christmas.
Oh man, Christmas, that was a white Christmas.
It's been a white Christmas.
Yeah, that'd been great.
So I've got a question. Hang on one second. I've got a question for the calculator. Why are two of the players on the duds list on the team that you're playing against this week? Is that the calculator curse?
Hey,
the calculator curse.
It's not much of a curse because another guy on the stud list was a guy I was playing against in Josh Jacobs, where Green Bay literally falls down on the 1 yard line twice. And then give it to Josh Jacobs for 1 year. But hey, I need the calculator curse to come in handy this week because it's going to be a close photo finish between the calculator and LT this week. But we'll go over that in the listener league segment.
Yeah, and we'll line y'all up like this when we get to it side by side.
Okay. Much better. Head to head.
Yeah, we'll do that. And before we move to the Eagles and Rams game that was last night, what is there to make people? And this is for everybody. What is there to make a Russell Wilson? If there's any fantasy owners out there that either need a quarterback or decide to roll with Russell Wilson, what is there to make there? Like, could the Steelers try to win for real? Despite they'll kick 6 field goals and don't care. But what is it to make of Russell? Should we trust him down the stretch?
I don't trust Russell Wilson because what you just said, he's there to manage game and win the game. Every now and then he throws down and gets the ball. But if you look at, they got to play Cleveland again. Granted, it'll be at home. They got to play Baltimore, which is actually a favorable matchup. When you look at all you can do against Baltimore is pass. You can't run on Baltimore, so you pass. And then they got an easy game that's coming up against Cincinnati. So Russell Wilson is a stream worthy quarterback. I just don't like him playing in these, kind of like these division games. He's not trustworthy. I don't put it this way. I'm not putting my faith in him for a fantasy playoffs. There's plenty other guys out there that aren't playing in bad weather, and because it's not just bad weather, it's high windy. Bad weather. I don't mind snow, but when you get into the 20-mile-per-hour gusts, it's just hard to throw the ball. And also, if you think about Pittsburgh, what did they do? They play defense. They got a great defense, and then you got
and they kick the ball.
Quarterbacks. Yeah, and then they got a field goal kicker. That's right. Just look at that game. Yeah. So hey, Russell Wilson was one of those high floor, or not high floor. He's a floor guy that can get you double digits, but I don't see him ever getting to the 20-point, which is what you're going to need when you get into the fantasy playoffs, especially when you play somebody like Mr. 401 who has Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, and Saquon Barkley running out there every week.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
How did y'all let that happen?
Hey, I spent all my money on baseball. Hey, Mr. 401, hey, this is the year, and you want to talk about strategies. We always talked about 0 running backs. This was the year you needed to draft running backs because all the receivers are the ones that have been sticking up the place. But your running backs, not only are they out there, they're staying healthy. Saquon Barkley,
yeah, that's a shocker.
I've had him 2 years in a row, Lacey, and I can't get him to play a full slate of games. He goes to the best offensive line in the NFL, and then he can never get hurt. I was like, God, where was this? And Derrick Henry, he's always defied logic, but heck, Derrick Henry, you would think with all this mileage on him, he'd get hurt. No, but I do worry about, because I'm a Derrick Henry owner in one of my leagues. I am worried about them kind of taking some of the work off of him. It's like, hey, we need him for the playoffs. We saw that last week. They said they limited his carries. They like Justice Hill. They have Mitchell, Keontae Mitchell coming back.
Mitchell's back. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they.
You're
we get it, calculator. Whoa, we get it.
Full stream.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well that was my question there. You had something there, Lacey?
No, I was agreeing with that, but unfortunately for me, I don't have any studs that anybody's gonna sit and save.
Well, all right.
Like, okay.
Well, Lacey, okay. I know you got to be happy. Jonathan Brooks, they were talking about him coming back for the Carolina Panthers, yet Chuba Hubbard still got his workload. So that's got to be somewhat encouraging.
It is somewhat encouraging.
Well, Sunday night, you already know what to talk about. Saquon Barkley.
Oh, man. Mercy. Just
Unbelievable.
and not just 2 touchdowns, 2 70-yard plus touchdowns. I mean, they weren't even I don't know, I don't understand how. And it's all in the second half. This is the second week in a row where he was so through the first half and then just explodes in the second half. It's like I don't know if the defense is just tired by then or what, but it's definitely working out. But I think that what's going to be a good test is next week because they're going against Baltimore. Philadelphia is. So Saquon Barkley gets a top 5 run defense. And I think, is this the week that Jalen Hurts is going to go nuts, throwing down that single coverage to A.J. Brown? Hopefully Devontae Smith comes back. I do too. I'm an A.J. Brown owner in one of my leagues. So, yes, I think there we go. So hey, yeah, I think this is a great time. I can't wait for Philadelphia-Baltimore next week to see how that works out.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. All right. Anything else before we get into the waiver wire?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're moving on nicely here. I like it.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Let's get to this waiver wire, people.
Hey, well, we know why Mr. 401 wants waiver wire because he's a waiver wire warrior, just like LT is. That's why they love this segment. But hey, that's what we're here for, right? Hey, we talked about earlier. Brian Thomas Jr. hurt. Eckler hurt. It's next man up. Jeremy McNichols. Hey, but remember we always talked about there's always a secondary option as well because if they both of them don't play, who's that? Chris Rodriguez. Hey, McNichols is actually owned in some leagues. Chris Rodriguez is available in all leagues. But hey, Brian, we'll look at the things. In the 4 games, the Commanders have been down their top 2 running backs this season. McNichols has totaled 22 carries, 2 targets to Rodriguez's 13 carries and 0 targets. Expect a similar distribution work next week if both Robinson Jr. and Eckler are out. Listen, McNichols is the top guy because he even got work even with those guys healthy. So they trust the guy. But I think if they're gonna have to spell him sometimes, they don't want to run him into the ground. So that's where Chris Rodriguez can come in. Listen, I'm not saying pick him up and start him this week because hello, Thanksgiving weekend, no bye weeks. We got a full. You have your.
Isn't there a Friday game?
Yes, a Black Friday game. The Chiefs Raiders is Black Friday. So yes.
That'll be a bloodbath.
Oh man. yeah. The Desmond Ritter Raiders or the Ain't No Con Raiders. Yeah.
Kansas City.
Hey, yeah, so yeah, but there's weird things on these interdivision matchups. But hey, I also want to highlight.
Can they flex that game?
What's that?
Can they flex that game?
No. Black Friday is not a flex game because it's the only game available. You can only flex your Sunday night games.
And I think it's on Peacock.
So you might be right. I think
it's only on Peacock.
So
wow,
it's not on Amazon.
Amazon's Thursday.
Oh, okay.
It don't need to be on any of them.
Well, see, the reason I thought it was on Thursday is because I thought for some reason they did like the ABC, CBS, NBC Thursday night lineup, and then they did for the holiday weekend, and then the Amazon got the Friday game. So that's why I thought
maybe.
It was.
I don't know.
So I don't know. Check your local listings, right, Mr. 411?
Yeah, just check all your apps, all the 20 apps you had to get to watch NFL football this year.
There you go.
I refuse to pay for the Sunday ticket.
I hear you. Hey, Noah Brown, that's the wide receiver people need to target. Hey, get this. Wasn't Terry McLaurin. Noah Brown led Washington Commanders with 10 targets. That was a 26% share, caught 6 for 71. Hey, over the last 5 games, Terry McLaurin 33 or 25 targets. Terry McLaurin 33, Washington 25, or Noah Brown 25. So not a big discrepancy between the number 1 and the number 2 quarterbacks. And like I said, Brown has actually led target share the past 2 games. So hey, I'm not saying
they're going to double cover McLaurin. Yeah,
exactly. So and Jaden Daniels has shown a little struggle lately. He's really been having trouble against press. When the running backs are pressing the wide receivers outside and they don't get immediate release. That's something to also pay attention to down the stretch. It looks like the teams could be figuring out the Jaden Daniels experiment. Demario Douglas, he has been available. He struggled, but I say struggled. He scratched 5 catches and 62 yards. But hey, that's not bad considering Drake May only did 222 yards passing. But hey, his 7 targets ranked second on the team. That's 6.5 per game against Drake May starts. And then the next up for Douglas, neutral matchups against Colts and Cardinals, right between. But hey, he's got that 14 week bye, so also pay attention to that. Next week coming up. And hey, I'm gonna point to Tavian Wicks out there. Not that he's been disappointing, no doubt. He's only had 2 good games this week, but Dobbs has a concussion, might not be here, but hey, he has drawn a target, but he's running 26% of routes based on a target per 26 routes. So that's a pretty high target share when he's out there. So if he's out there more, he gets more targets, and with that Dobbs out, he's going to get more routes. So that's just another thing to think of. And I'm going to do a Broncos wide receiver. No, not Corlin Sutton. He's not available, folks. But hey, Devon Vele of the Broncos. Yeah, exactly. He is now the number 2 wide receiver in terms of routes over the last 3 games. That's 18 targets, 14 catches, 185 yards.
Y'all. Be right back. Okay.
All right. See you back when you get back. And then 185 yards and 1 score during that stretch. Folks, last week, 6 for 80 in the win over the Raiders. Listen, Bo Nix playing well, and going forward, the Denver Broncos has the 4th easiest wide receiver schedule. So that's good news for Sutton. It's good news for Bo Nix, and it's good news for free agent possible pickup Devon Vele. Vele could be a useful wide receiver and definitely a flex option. Can't use him next week. They're on a bye in week 14. So keep that in mind as well. But those are the guys you want to target. These upcoming the waivers, right? They should be available. But again, we have that week 14 bye that's lurking. So when you pick these up, pick them up with like I said, with caution. Like I said, Demario Douglas by next week, Devon Vele by next week. And you might not need them this week, but hey, you got to get them while the getting's good. So.
All right. Okay, well, that's our waiver wire segment. Larry, you got anything there, LT?
Not really on the waiver wire, but I can tell you that Baker Mayfield came out of his shell and played an awesome game.
I tell you, he's been good this year, man.
I guess when you get Mike Evans back, that kind of brightens your spirits, and he kind of went to town.
Well, it also helped that he played the New York Giants. That's always a good thing too. So, but hey, we actually highlighted Baker Mayfield a couple weeks ago on this show, saying, hey, look at his schedule. The Giants after the bye week, he had the Giants, Carolina, Vegas, and then in the fantasy playoffs, week 16 and 17, Dallas, and then Carolina again. Mayfield has a nice schedule. That lone trip up could be the Chargers game because the Chargers defense is pretty solid. But other than that, Baker Mayfield's got a nice, easy schedule. Layups, as we call them in Mr. 401's world, coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, hey, we got the listener league followed by the mini draft. So let's get ready to jump on that listener league right now, because the 2 gentlemen right above me are going at it.
Yes. And folks, that's right. That is not a misprint. LT's having a bad week. I'm having a so-so week because I had this was by apocalypse for me, but we'll just do a little quick breakdown. We got the time. Kyler Murray let me down. Neighbors, hey, they're playing Tampa Bay. Let me down. Really? So game. Pollard is the guy that has saved me this week. Him, and guess what? We not only highlighted one thing. I picked up Abdullah. I said, that's how you do it, folks. I'm not only a contributor to the podcast. I'm a player, right? So yes, I'm going to pick up Abdullah if I was able to. And of course I had my T.O. Johnson. He gets hurt during the game again, so I had Deebo Samuel let me down again. So yeah, Lacey said it right. Deebo Samuel let people down, but hey, my kicker, I picked up the Butker replacement, and he was getting me kicks left and right against Carolina. So he's keeping me in there. But hey, I talked about it. The Josh Jacobs is saving Larry or LT at this point with 3 rushing touchdowns.
Look at that.
Yeah. Hey, and folks, that's all 3 of those touchdowns were 1-yard touchdowns. So
Wow.
yeah, but 2 of them. Now one of them I give him. Jacobs got him down there, but but one Jordan Love fell down at the 1-yard line, and another one, I think it was one of the wide receivers fell down at the 1-yard line. And as soon as they fell down, I said, "This is gonna go Josh Jacobs." And sure enough, Josh Jacobs comes in, falls into the end zone. Yeah, so but yeah, I mean, it definitely keeping them in there. I was fortunate because McCaffrey didn't blow up. Jacobs kind of had the McCaffrey game, and McCaffrey had the. Well, I would say the Josh Jacobs LA Raiders type or Vegas Raiders year thing. But yeah, that and what was kind of odd is Ken Walker, they were on the goal line. It was first and Mr. 4-1. You can ask me. I don't know why they got to the 3-yard line, right? And then they bring in Charbonnet. And he gets a 2-yard carry, and then he gets another carry from the 1-yard line and loses 3 yards. So I don't understand that. But hey, I was playing against him, so I'm not gonna gift horse mouse that however that saying goes. So but yes,
gift horse in the mouth. Yeah.
There Thank you, Lacey. That's why.
There you go. Great job, Lacey.
So, but yeah, I got a 30-point lead, but yeah, LT still has the.
How is he not beating the crap out of you?
Hey, well, Tony Pollard. Well, Amir Abdullah saved me, Lacey. Amir Abdullah come in with his,
I see.
So like I said, I had to go. I had to do it with, Brees Hall on a bye and other guys on a bye. So I was just putting people in there. So yeah, if Baltimore can shut out the Chargers, I'll be happy because LT, not only does LT have the quarterback, the receiver, he has the kicker. The kicker's in there. So got to try and avoid.
Are they playing in Baltimore? They are not.
So yeah, they are not. It's versus Baltimore, so it's indoors, and the spread's only 3. So the odds maker think it's going to be a close game. I just hope it's a close, low scoring game. But let's look at I know Mr. 4-1 really wants to look at his team again because he's on track to get 200 points this week.
What?
Yeah. So and Carter's Peanuts thought he was doing good until he saw Saquon Barkley in the second half.
Oh wow.
But yeah, look at that. Sutton, almost 30 points, 50 points from Barkley, 23 from his tight end. Great pickup, Mr. 411 with Jonnu Smith.
Jameer
Gibbs, 30 points.
Absolutely picked him up and played him on some prize pick sheets.
Yeah,
it's hard to take that guy out now.
Yeah,
LT. It's hard to take. It's hard to take him out lineup now. LT.
Just had 36 points, but damn.
I also made a little bit with Shoemaker. They had Shoemaker's the only one on the whole team catching any passes.
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
his props, you could have gotten 3-1 for an anytime touchdown on Shoemaker, and he cashed in. He got more points in that game than Jake Ferguson had gotten in the past 5 games combined. So what's going on? And yes, I do own Ferguson in a league. so yeah. So, but yeah, what brought? Hey, it don't matter. Carter's Peanuts, Tyreek Hill, just not healthy. Eckler got hurt on the kickoff. Mustard. Oh my gosh! So, but hey, I'll give him credit, man. Look at that. He got
130.
Hey, Carter's got 22 points from his kicker. He got 19 points from his defense. But although his major studs let him down. So yeah, but hey, you it looks like Mr. 411 is as long as that wishbone option keeps running healthy, it's going to be hard to beat. Mr. 4-1, and because you actually clinched the number 1 seed with the victory this week. So congratulations, Mr. 4-1.
Yeah,
right.
There's only one other person in the league who runs that same offense.
That's you, right?
Yep, that is me.
Yeah.
You can when you're running high. So let's look at LT. Okay, McCaffrey. Okay, Kenneth Walker he got injured, but you got over that. But Josh Jacobs has been healthy all year. So if you're going to have a healthy running back,
so check the bench.
Oh, show bench players.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron Jones. Oh, why was Aaron Jones on your bench, LT? I mean, well,
look at the other 3 he got. I mean,
That's true.
Who wouldn't want those three guys? I mean, in the draft, I was throwing stuff around when I couldn't get my hands on McCaffrey, but
I feel like you came out all right.
Yeah. So, well, sometimes, that LT, you're going to have to go through that every week. Is who's going to make your bench that week.
Absolutely.
But hey, that's a good problem to have. Not like myself, who had Charbonnet. I thought I was going to have to start Charbonnet for a little bit until my claim for Abdullah come through. So yeah, it was. I just need. I don't wish an injury on anybody, but if James Cook went out for a couple games, I'd really love to get Ray Davis.
My biggest worry about tonight was even if McConkey was going to play, because he's been questionable all week.
Yeah.
I got a feeling he'll be out there.
No, I do too. He's going to be
it was such a big game. I mean, it's a big game, prime time. Yeah, these guys got to be out there. But what helps you out, LT, is that they're going against the 28th ranked secondary
passing defense.
Yeah. So yeah, Baltimore is scary with a name, but hey, and also if Baltimore gets out to a big lead, what's that mean? They're going to have to pass more. So yeah, you definitely have a favorable schedule. Put it this way, I would rather be in LT's shoe in this situations than actually having a 30-point lead, unless McConkey pulls a Charles Rogers blast from the past for those people that have been playing this long enough, who breaks his collarbone during warmups, out for the year. I'll never forget that. Yes, I did our own Charles Rogers that year. I'll never forget. I come in, I was at church, folks. I get home. I actually get my brother-in-law's because he had the Sunday ticket. I was getting on there. I said, "Oh yeah, how's Charles Rogers?" He was one of my first wide receivers. "Oh man, he's hurt." And I said, "Oh come on, man, you kidding me?" He said, "No, seriously, dude, he broke his collarbone in warmups." I said, "What is he doing diving for a ball in warmups?" So that's how it works. But hey, it looks like it's going to come down to the wire. And LT, I like your chances, but they still got to play the game. Hey, Mr. 401, we always go back and talk about the time where Jason Witten versus Donovan McNabb, and we're talking about Donovan McNabb with the Eagles. Donovan McNabb, we're talking about. And folks, we've never seen it before. Remember the Donovan McNabb owner come in, sitting at lunch, had a big smile on his face.
The windbag.
The windbag. And he just thought he had it. And folks, it wasn't that Donovan McNabb didn't go ham. Donovan McNabb still got 24 points. What is they were so far ahead of Dallas in the third quarter, they pulled Donovan McNabb. They kept Jason Witten out there catching pass after pass. Remember, that was also the famous, they took his helmet off and he ran for another 20 yards. So that was a great, anything can happen on Monday night. We've seen it and we've lived it.
Absolutely. That was a great time. That was a great time, man. I couldn't wait to get to work that day. Oh man, I couldn't wait.
And we had a friend, another guy, Wendell, man. He was just sending emails, sending read all about it, and open the can of whoopee, Jason Witten beating Donovan McNabb straight up. Yeah. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, what a league, man. We'll see where it goes. Anything can happen. We still got the playoffs. We got a couple teams who are trying to clinch. So we'll see where it lands.
Yeah, and next week, we'll just look fast forward to next week. It's an elimination game for me and Lime. Now, if I pull this off, I'm in pretty good shape. But, I pretty much got to win out because my point total is but hey, it's LT and the one, Mr. 401, playing next week. So
that's going to be fun.
Wishbone versus Wishbone.
We're going to see the warm-up. That'll be the warm-up for the playoffs.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Can't wait.
So.
All right. Okay. Does that wrap it up for the listener league?
That's wrap it up for the listener league.
All right. Well, guess what? We have to go to Lacey Dawson's favorite part of the show.
Yes, sir.
I just love
That's right. And it all comes down to the mini draft. Lacey, her first pick took Saquon Barkley. No question.
What a pick.
She didn't even look at the schedule, Mr. 401. I know you were working behind the scenes. She said, I got first pick, Saquon Barkley. She didn't look at the schedule. She didn't look at that. And it showed. So all I need, I can still catch her. I need I need 33 points from Lamar Jackson tonight.
Oh, it's possible.
It could happen.
411 needs a couple of points from Derrick Henry.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to. Well, hey, Saquon Barkley got 50 points, right?
You never know.
So yeah, if he that's right, a 50 points on the
Nothing
dot.
is out of reach anymore. Yeah.
So that's true. So,
You know how many points I have in the listener league if he gets 50 tonight?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you're already scheduled for 200. You'd be in the 210 area, that rarefied air in there.
Wow.
So yeah, just.
Well,
I wasn't off by much.
Really suck.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
wasn't off by much.
I'm going to congratulate Lacey on her victory already, because I don't think Lamar Jackson on the road is going to have that against what is a top 10 defense in the NFL.
Yeah,
Both
that's asking for a lot.
We'll see.
So-
That's asking for a lot. Great pick with Barkley.
Although Joe Burrow
that's all that matters.
did do it last week in the second half. So
Mhm.
it could happen. I just don't see
Yeah.
it. So, but yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned for next week, folks,
Yeah.
to see if
52
Lacey
points.
pulled it out. All right. So for this week, I'm going to move to the. Let me see. Move this. Let's see.
How many did I have? Scroll down a little bit.
You had 77.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, McCaffrey let you down.
Yeah.
That's what hurt you. Jane Daniels did you good. AJ Brown did good, but it was the Brock Bowers and McCaffrey. They let you down this week. So that's how that one worked.
AJ Brown was
Yeah.
a good player.
Yeah, AJ
Man,
Brown did
Bowers.
well.
Man, looking at that lineup though, I mean, I couldn't argue with those four.
Man. Oh yeah, I mean the Jane Daniels. I mean, hey, almost had 40 points.
Yeah.
You know,
In the
and
fourth quarter, right?
like I said, if Lamar Jackson can do what Jane Daniels did last week, I win this week. So yeah, I won't mind if Lamar Jackson gets me some points this week. So, but hey, we'll go to week 13, and folks, as always, we're going to the wheel. No bye weeks. So we have no bye weeks. So ever since
I know
Lacey,
who the number one pick is.
well, shouldn't Lacey? Lacey's won the last 2 picks since I put her new picture in there.
Okay.
Who's gonna draft Saquon Barkley?
Oh no! There goes Saquon. Well, you gotta expect a regression. So yeah.
Okay.
Stone Cold.
We talking about Stone Cold might pick Amon St. Brown with his first pick, you know. So,
Stone Cold and Cody Rhodes there with the
He
pick.
ain't no fool.
So LT with the first pick. All right.
All right.
And the pick nobody wants. Let's see.
Well, that's gonna be Lacey. Lacey, you gonna
Lacey.
Hey, you might get Barkley. LT is. Hey, we don't know how LT picks. LT's never had Barkley this year, so you know.
Well, you're in prime position. She's in prime position to pounce.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
And pounce we shall.
All right. Between me and you, Cal.
I think you got it. Will it go? Keep
Oh.
going.
Oh, I get the back. All right.
You get the
back.
Back to back on a turn.
I'll take it. Let me do my homework. All right, you got to spin the wheel.
Yeah, I got it. I spin the wheel so just for it to be official. So
All righty, there we go.
Hey, I like the 3 pick. I've won 2 times this year from the 3 hole. So we'll see if that holds true. All right. So Lacey, you. Oh no, it's LT. Oh, we are. I know we already said he's going to pick, but he might not. So LT, you get first pick.
You might as well put it down.
Yeah.
Saquon.
Okay.
He had to.
Yeah. Although I'm telling you, I don't know. You know who they're
Who are
playing
they
next
even
week?
playing?
Oh,
Who
you
are
don't
they
even know who
even
they're
playing?
playing?
They're playing at Baltimore. They're at Baltimore.
The top 5 run defense in the
Not fun,
league.
yeah. Well,
So
Yeah, well, but Saquon has been unstoppable. So
okay, Lacey. Well, now you get to pick. Oh, I keep putting that E in your name. Let me get that out.
I don't know. It never should be there, but you keep doing it. Let's see. Like who's the top receiver? I don't know. Says I want to go with Jamar Chase, but I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna go with Nico Collins.
Hey,
Ooh.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
he did play well.
Bounce back. They playing Jacksonville.
Not a bad team to pick your player against.
Yeah.
Okay, I am up, and man, there's a lot of.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted Nico Collins. I had no idea Lacey was going to get him so high. Mercy. I really wanted him. I thought
I did not know that, but I'm not surprised.
Well, yeah, against Jacksonville. I mean, that's a great one. So I actually think this is going to be a well, I'm just going to go with talent. I'm going to go Jamar Chase because I know it's Pittsburgh, but they're at home. It's a must win, and he's just got. I mean, he's one of those guys that can explode for 50 points any week. So I'm going to go with Jamar Chase because I think my running back will fall back to me. All right, Mr. 4-1.
All right, give me Gibbs and St. Brown.
Oh,
Okay,
he's going
look
with
at
the combo.
Ain't that easy?
Yeah. And it's now I don't like the St. Brown matchup, but I do like the Gibbs matchup. For the mere fact is, Jalen Johnson's on the other side of Chicago, and he is a true shutdown corner. I have a feeling he'll be shadowing St. Brown this week. But the Gibbs is a great matchup because they're going to run the ball. They're going to be able to run the ball successfully against Chicago, especially at home on Thanksgiving. So yeah, I like the Gibbs pick. I was actually going to pick Gibbs up, and he didn't fall to me. So that means the other running back I was targeting, I'm not going to pick him because I know he will fall to me. So I can't let this guy go and fall. Hey, I know it's a tough defense, but they're at home. He's off a bye week.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. I had to go there. All right, Lacey.
Okay, so all I have so far is not Saquon. Okay, all right, this is tough. You took Josh Allen. All right, so I'm going to go with. Let's see, who's Baltimore playing?
Philadelphia.
Really? I'm going to go with Lamar.
Okay.
Okay.
He's going to have to throw because
I like it.
There's going to be a lot of points. Maybe.
I agree. All right, LT, you got back to back. You already got your running back.
Well, this is going to be easy. Well, let's go ahead and take AJ Brown.
Oh, great pick.
He was the other one. I was going back and forth.
They're playing Baltimore, and we just talked about how poor Baltimore's secondary is. Let's also go ahead and throw in Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They're playing
against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cakewalk.
It's the Raiders. All right, a running back or a tight end?
Who's up? Is it me?
Yes. You need a running back or a tight end.
Distracted.
Okay.
But I need a tight end or running back?
Correct.
Okay. Let me get my head in the game. I'm sorry, y'all. I was concentrating on some other stuff. So, well, I tell you who I'm not taking will be anybody from Atlanta. I am done with them.
Wow.
Or Saquon Barkley.
I trust them. So
and Saquon Barkley as well.
Can't take Saquon Barkley.
Well, Josh Jacobs is going against. So either one, Josh Jacobs or A-Chain. I'm not sure which one. Let me see. Who's at home? Miami's at home. I'm going to go with A-Chain.
A-Chain. Well, it's actually Green Bay's at home.
Huh? Oh, Green Bay's at home?
Yes.
I'll still go with A-Chain. They seem to trust him.
Especially with Tua back. He's been on fire lately.
Yeah.
And I don't need a running back since Mr. 401 already picked one. So I'm going to go to the tight end area, and I'm going to get. Hey, I know it's a what seems like a tough thing, but hey, Kyler Murray, trust the guy. So I'm going with
McBride. McBride. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he had a good game. Yeah.
McBride and Jonnu Smith, both of them.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. 401, you need a quarterback and a tight end to complete your team.
All right, give me Jonnu Smith, tight end. And at quarterback, give me Baker Mayfield.
Ooh. Who are they playing this week?
They got Carolina.
Ooh, Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, that's juicy.
Yeah. Miss 4-1, you could have went with the Mayfield Evans stack
Yeah.
if you wanted. You didn't have to pick St. Brown with your first pick. So, but hey, I can't fault St. Brown.
Yeah.
My pick, running back, I knew he was going to fall to me, but I think he gets a bounce back. I'm going with Joe Mixon, folks. I mean, yeah, he had a gap, but folks,
Yeah.
Houston is playing at Jacksonville. I
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
Jacksonville compared to Tennessee. So yes, give me some Joe Mixon, and that's why I waited on him, because I knew if I couldn't get Gibbs, I was going to get Mixon. I knew Mixon would fall to me.
he was on my list. But I didn't want to double up Mixon and Collins. I didn't want to do
Collins,
that.
correct, and which is good. Yes, we always talk about negative correlation in our draft process during the pre-draft season, and yes, you don't want negative
Generally, it helps
correlation
if
when
you
you're trying
spread
to
it
win.
out. Yeah.
Correct. But you do need a tight end.
Was that the only thing I need?
Yep, that's the only thing you need.
That's it.
Man.
And LT will need a quarterback.
So
Getting tight.
Okay, so it's between two of them. It's between Brock Bowers, because I know it's risky because he didn't have a great week this week, but he's gonna have another quarterback. But the young ones always rely on the tight end. You know the
Yes. Good point. Good point.
Valve.
Good point.
Him and taking a chance on Taysom Hill just because he just fills takes so many boxes. It's like, damn. But I'm gonna go with Bowers.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Good choice.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong with Bowers. You were exactly right. All right, LT, you need a quarterback to round out your team.
I got an Omaha, y'all. That's my daughter.
See you, Lacey. I'm going back to the well. I'm taking Jaden Daniels.
Hey, if they
why not?
Right, I mean, he was a high scorer last. Well, let's see, last week.
On a bad week.
Yeah. You say it was a bad week, but he had, in our scoring format, when you get points per rush, those add up. So
36.
Yeah, hey, Jane Daniels, even though he had an off week, he still had 36 points. If 36 points is an off week, I take that all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, okay. So just to recap, LT, Jane Daniels, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Travis Kelce. A bunch of superstars across the board. Lacey's going with her Lamar Jackson, A-Chain, Nico Collins, and Brock Bowers. Yours truly going for Josh Allen, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and McBride. And then 411, he's going pure matchup for Mayfield and Gibbs, St. Brown, and then Jonnu Smith. So, yes, that is the recap for that. Like I said, I will update the standings after what happens tonight, Mr. Because this is one of the rare nights where we actually don't know, because we have some of these Monday night games have been awful, so nobody has their fantasy players. This is one of the ones where you actually have people with a Lamar Jackson, a Derrick Henry, scenario. So yeah, it definitely could, alter the thing. So we'll see how it is. And right now, me and Lacey are tied for the lead. So this could be like the tiebreaker. She wins next week, she'll be up by 1. If I win, I'll be up by 1. So it looks like it's going to be a close, but hey, LT's got a couple in there. Mr. Foreman, we got to get you on the board though, Mr. Foreman.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got to get something going here, man.
Yeah, I mean, your number. I mean, just choose the guys from your listener league team, Mr. Foreman.
You know what? That's a great idea.
Well, you did. You got Jonnu Smith and Jameer Gibbs this week. That's
and Baker Mayfield.
And Baker Mayfield. 401 has 3 of his 4 guys in the. So he said, "Hey, if I'm going to try and double up on my success."
I finally figured it out.
Yeah, I like that, Mr. 401. Use that philosophy and see what happens.
Yeah, gotta try something, man. I just want to be on the board, man. That's all.
I got you.
You know how you do the marathons and the Kenyans? They finish like an hour before everybody else.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, they go out to eat. By the time they get back, people are still running marathons.
Yeah,
they just got them back to eat already, man.
Yeah. I feel like the ones that are trailing that right now. But hey, man, it's fun though. It's fun.
Yeah.
And then again, this helps people with their daily fantasy. Is that right, gentlemen?
That's right. They have what and in the and we might modify it next year, Mr. Foreman. We might add a flex player, like a wide
Ooh,
receiver, running back, tight end, as an extra player, just to give a little bit more choices for people. So next year, that we'll bring that to the producers and see what they say, Mr. For One. See if we can have that flex next year. But for now, we're going to stay with the regular 4-person mini draft. They do it on Underdog. They do it on FanDuel and DraftKings. So, all the multiple daily leagues have these mini draft options that you could play in. So that's what we'll try to
okay.
do to help people out.
Awesome. All right, LT. Any closing remarks?
Good luck, good night, calculator.
So, hey, but I need it more than you, Mr. LT. I need it more than you.
The magic number is 31.
Yeah. So,
All right.
hey, as long as we can, hey, as long as the Baltimore defense can finally show up, the pass defense, please show up.
All right.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, we'll definitely see what happens tonight. Got a lot to look forward to. Oh yeah, we thank everybody. And remember, catch us next week. Fantasy football
That's
on
right.
Sports World
Fantasy
Fantasy
playoffs
Football Show.
right around the corner, folks. This is where you get the Rashad Pennies, and for those people that even want to go back before it was actually tracked on the internet, Patrick Jeffers, folks. Yes, Drew Bennett. Benny Folak, two of the biggest combinations that carried people. And the reason I know that, folks, is because they beat me in quite a few fantasy playoffs.
Yeah.
Come out
So
of nowhere. That's why, hey, that's what you got to do. You got to get those. And LT was able to mine the Josh Fields last year to get his quarterback situation to beat yours truly in the fantasy championship. So, but yeah, it's an exciting time, folks.
it is. Absolutely. All right. Well, for LT, for Lacey Dawson, for the calculator, I'm Mr. 41. We thank you and we'll catch you next week.
Oh, Miss 41, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. All right.
See ya.
Have a good one.